The group chat buzzes. 47 unread messages. You open it, scroll for a few seconds, and close it again without typing a single word. 20 minutes later, you're back, thumb hovering over the little heart on someone's message, and somehow that feels like enough for today. If that just described your last group chat check, you already know exactly which kind you are. So, is it rudeness? Are you a bad friend for going quiet? Or is there a pattern underneath? Something about how you naturally show up when you're one voice among many that has nothing to do with how much you actually care. Here's the truth before anything else. How you behave in a group chat says nothing about how much you love the people in it. It says everything about how your brain handles being one of many. Because there are countless ways people show up in a group chat, but 4 patterns show up again and again. Once you see them, you'll never scroll past one the same way again. Type 1. The ghost reader. The first one opens every message the second it lands. You can see it, that little red mark, and then says nothing for 2 days. It sounds like, I saw it, I meant to answer, then somehow it's Thursday. Psychologists Bib Latané and John Darley studied this exact pattern in groups. They called it diffusion of responsibility. The more people there are to answer, the less any one person feels like it has to be them. It isn't that you don't care, it's that your brain quietly assumed someone else already had it covered. Type 2. The keeper. The second one is the reason the chat is still alive at all. First to reply, first to ask how the trip went, first to notice when someone's gone quiet for a while. It sounds like, if I don't say something, does this whole thing just die? Researchers Laura Stafford and Daniel Canary studied what they call relational maintenance behaviors, the small, unglamorous actions that quietly keep a relationship from drifting. It isn't neediness. It's unpaid, mostly invisible work, and it's the reason the rest of you still have a group chat to open. Type 3. The reactor. The third one never types a sentence, a heart on your good news, a laughing face on the meme, never a reply, just the reaction. It sounds like, I don't have anything to add, but I don't want you to think I wasn't here. Linguists have a name for this: phatic communication. Language whose entire job is maintaining a bond, not exchanging information. It isn't laziness, it's a small, low-pressure way of saying, I'm still here, without asking anyone to carry a whole conversation. Type 4. The boomerang. The fourth one disappears for 3 weeks straight, then reappears with a huge life update like no time passed at all. It sounds like, I promise I wasn't ignoring you, I just went quiet for a while. Sociologist Mark Granovetter's research on weak ties found that the relationships we check in on the least can still hold real strength. They just don't run on constant contact. It isn't distance, it's a bond that was never built to need daily maintenance to stay real. The reader who goes quiet, the one who won't let the chat die, the single reaction instead of a sentence, the one who vanishes and comes back with news. 4 different rhythms, but underneath every single one of them, nobody actually left. So maybe the friend who takes 3 days to reply was never the problem. Maybe showing up messy or late or one heart reaction at a time is still showing up. Maybe that group chat has been quietly holding all of you together the whole time, whether or not anyone's typed a full sentence in a week. So which one are you? The ghost reader, the keeper, the reactor, or the boomerang? Tell me in the comments and tag the friend who's obviously one of the other 3. And if this made you want to go check your own chat right now, subscribe. There's a new one of these every week.